I think, therefore, we must draw the distinction and resist the temptation to understand a manifesto as a party platform. They are quite two different things. And I say, therefore, that it is in the party platform where you can have something almost cast in stone. But even then, with age, it is possible to make minor amendments. This is where the ideology of the party will lie, in its platform statement. And I say that this is the DNA of the party. It is very difficult to change. And the nearest to it, since the Action Group was formed in 1951, is the All Progressives Congress Code of Ethics, unveiled at its inaugural summit this year on the 6th of March. It is important to remind ourselves what those codes were, and there are 10 in all, and I will not take time to read them here, but except to say that for those who are interested, you will find these codes on the party's website. Now, the existence of these codes leads inexorably to how the parties are managed. Who leads them? What type of experience do those people have? When and where are their meetings held? And how are decisions taken at the meetings? Finally, it raises questions about what the process of choosing representatives of the party in terms of its elected officials are and will be, and also how do its flag bearers emerge? What role do debates play and public discussions around this process? What is the efficiency of primaries conducted for this process? And where do we, for example, draw the difference between godfatherism and endorsement? Because I see that the debate continues, but the truth is that it seems in very honest cases we have misunderstood endorsements for godfatherism. And endorsements are the necessary process for the emergence of candidates. And at least in the primaries leading to the last democratic elections, I think 2008, you saw endorsements from state to state, and it was given by the big hitters. In fact, they called them super delegates. And the endorsements were defining. But they did not stop any other candidate from contesting. But they said, this is where we will pitch our votes within this party. And I think those are very deep issues about party organization, party development that we must take a second look at. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, I have taken some time, even in summary form, to highlight some of the bridges that I think that we must cross in order to deepen democracy. These are only some of the challenges that a democratic environment and consequently a democratic government faces. We also have to draw the distinction honestly, whether the elected governor of a state or the elected president of a country will automatically be the leader of the party. Where will the checks and balance lie? Who will ask them whether the party manifestos are actually being implemented when they have become leaders and unquestionable about the party? It seems to me that countries that have managed to deliver development with democracy got one thing right. They built strong political parties. And I draw the distinction, their parties are busy every day, every month, every week, over time. So far, it seems that our parties are active once in 4 years. And so we must develop something that keeps the party machinery going on a day-to-day basis, whether there are elections or not. The makings of these were appearing in the SDP and NRC days until the annulment of June 12. Thankfully, today, the All Progressive Congress provides the opportunity for a rebirth with the broad base from which its coalition is formed. That in itself is a challenge, which, if overcome and harnessed, provides very deep diversity from which to project strength and national unity. Now, having dealt with political parties, people and membership, I now go to leadership of government. Until recently, we all used to think that our national development was inhibited by the fact that we never had a university graduate as leader of any national government in an executive capacity. This perhaps alludes only faintly to some of what I have discussed about the elite consensus, but it is not quite the same. Thankfully, the myth of graduate leadership, as desirable as it is, has now been exploded. We now have 2 graduates, a zoologist and an architect, at the helm of our national affairs. And I think that the majority of Nigerians will tell you today that their lives are worse off today than they were 4 years ago. Clearly, in my view, there must be more to leadership than a university degree and educational qualification. There are attributes such as character, vision, courage, empathy, compassion, and many more attributes that you simply will not find in a classroom or in a school. They are in the homes, in our communities, and they are also in the value system of our society. Recently, our leadership has redefined empathy by inviting parents of abducted children, bereaved people, to the presidential villa for commiseration. I find this really, really strange. I find it truly un-African. How does this sound to you? Hello, neighbor. I heard that your children were abducted. Please come and see me at home so I can sympathize with you. This is my way of paraphrasing what has happened. As if this was not bad enough, the event has been followed by another round of lies about whether or not they tried to give the bereaved parents money. For me, it is a low point for leadership. It suggests the lack of empathy. And let us go back to the subject of this unfortunate abduction of our girls. Again, it has been enmeshed with lies. The first lie, when the news broke, the first lie was that all of the children had been retrieved. When that was exposed, the next lie was to raise doubt whether they were truly missing. When that lie will not go away, we have now heard that they know where the children are. We are prayerfully waiting that they will bring the children home. And this is not the first time. Lie after lie after lie. They have also lied about the economy. Within the same household, within the central bank and the Federal Ministry of Finance, we had differences, very clear differences, about whether $48 billion was missing or whether it was $20 billion. And there was a debate going on that one party did not know how to calculate how the money came. As if $1 must be missing. We have now heard that nothing was lost. But immediately after that, we have also heard that there is what they call a forensic audit to find what was not lost. And we will wait for the result.